The government's all converged trying to find him. You see what I'm saying? Trying to find him. In the Fucanelli phenomenon, when he talks about Fucanelli, at the end of the book, he starts going into melanin. He starts going into Egypt, and he says something about the Holy Quran. He said, if you trace the surah of the star in the Holy Quran, which is supposed to be Allah, if you trace that shit back to Egypt, the God, this is the God who created both male and female from one single ejaculated semen. He is the Lord of Sirius. Quit thinking of yourself as being important. That's the key. When you reduce yourself to nothing, the person Bobby Hemmitt that I used to know before I started on my journey don't even exist no more. I have no scruples and I have no pride whatsoever. You see what I'm saying? I have no pride whatsoever. I have reduced that and destroyed it, like I said, in October the 16th of 2002, I went to no self. That means I was sitting in the chair and the Bobby Hemmitt disappeared and I didn't know who I was. It was a little frightened for a couple of minutes till I got my bearings. But whatever it was, neutralized. It burned up. You see what I'm saying? It burned up after years of poverty and pauper and all this kind of thing here. And now I'm free, and now actually, if you don't worry about it, the finances come in. So it's about like being a child. A child don't have to worry about finances. Now I know this is kind of hard for you people to, you got your business and you got all this kind of thing here. But I'm trying to give you something on the metaphysical realm. One sister, some sister came, weird sister came, she came to Atlanta back in 1996. She said she was from the star Sirius. And she wanted to meet me. And she had her hair all wild and shit. And she said, she looked at me, I went down and met this sister. She left Atlanta, she went someplace else. She said she was going overseas or something. I never saw this sister again. I don't know, it was just this weird space cadet sister. And she kept saying, follow knowledge and the money will follow you. Follow money and the money will run from you.
That's right.
That's real.
So you have to let go sometime for things to come in.
That's right.
And you have to stop worrying about how certain bills and certain things are going to be paid. And if some of you got your bills, but how certain transactions is going to work out. It's a psychological thing, and everything that it's the same. So that's the concept of Think and Grow Rich and all this kind of stuff. Rich dad, poor dad, all that stuff is ancient science on how you fix your mind. If you focus on getting a man 24 hours, you never get a man.
That's right.
See what I'm saying?
And nothing else.
You never get a man. It's always when you ain't looking at them. That's why you pass them up, because when you stop looking for them, that's when they'll come. And you be like, nigga, get the fuck out of my face. I'm telling you. One sister was we was in the fish place in Chicago, and the guy pulled up on her. I said, there go your man right there. Oh, he ain't my type. I'm like, he already came. What is one's type? You see what I'm saying? So we're talking on a metal. We got to make this stuff plain and simple on how these things happen. So now it's the same thing with the quantum realm when they're saying you got to become innocent. You see what I'm saying? So I stopped hating on the homosexuals. Why? I'm gonna tell you, because there's a group of brothers in New York and in D.C., and all they're doing now is hating on the homosexual. And I said, you know what though? You're gonna get stuck there. It's just like the white man is the devil. Okay, that was popular and different things like that. And now I know brothers now, they're in a box. They can't do nothing because they done said the white man is the devil so much until when there's some information, some knowledge coming and happen to come through some white people or a situation, an avenue where they gotta go where there's some white people, they don't go because they done put themselves in a damn box. See what I'm saying? And sometimes the spirit world use white people as gurus to help you out. Let me give you an example. There's a sister named Aviva in Atlanta. She said when she got a daughter named Monique, she wanted to name the daughter Monique. A white woman came to her, this was in the 60s, late 60s or something, and said, you got a daughter, when she come, name it after your grandmama. Your grandmama was love you to death. Name the daughter after her. And white woman just appeared out of nowhere and disappeared. This was 30-something years ago. She named it Monique. And it took the characteristics of something else, but she would have had it on her side had she named it. You see what I'm saying? But my point here is the stuff is all around you, and they use people to do certain things, but if you're in a certain box, you see what I'm saying? So what I mean by that here is, it ain't got nothing to do, we understand that you've been oppressed by white folks. But when you hate, you receive the hate. What the hell I'm worrying about? And see, Freeman L. used to say, what you worrying about the white man for? He ain't nowhere around. And usually in our case, he's nowhere around. And yes, we can understand that you have to be aware of the world racist system on an institutionalized racist system, but that ain't got nothing to do with the average nigga you meet on the street. These people just as dumb and stupid. You know what I'm saying? And my point here is, you have to, because and it's the same thing with player hating on each other. You see, it doesn't matter anymore. You see, once you let go, I know this thing sounds Christian, but it's not Christian, because the Christians is the one that's hating, maligning, and vilifying when they saying all that other stuff. That's all they do. You see what I'm saying? Now, but my point here is, going back to this, before I go into the other stuff, this realm, this magical realm has opened up. It's the fairy kingdom. You saying, what the hell is this nigga talking about fairy tales? Okay, let me break it down scientifically. They got fairies, gnomes, elves, salamanders, dragons, this, that, all the stuff in fairy tales is nothing but it's cells, it's microscopic organisms, it's plasma, it's all types of stuff that's in your blood, in your body, central nervous system. But what you don't understand here is, it's a whole nother universe in there, and it's a quantum world, and it has intelligence. And that's why when the doctor gives you up for dead, they say, well, it's all about your mind now. You better go, you hear think to heal, because that's an intelligence. Well, it's intelligence now, because going to the DNA, in us, it's an active intelligence. And when I told you now that anything now that goes on with me physically, and I'm never sick. It's amazing. You figure big as I am, I'm never sick. But I shit 3 times a day before 12 o'clock.
No, you did 5 times yesterday.
I got my 3 in before the lecture.
Before 12.
That's before 12. On a good day, it's about 6 times. So I don't know about y'all. I'm a shitting machine. Just like a horse. So you talking about, hell, y'all all sick. I don't get sick. Anything go down, I don't even have to worry. It's so cool now, I ain't got to worry about it. My shit self-cleans itself. But if I ever get injured and stuff like that, I don't have to go to the doctor. All I got to do is take some. I have to give them what they want. You see, the spirits in West Africa, they like alcohol, so I have to find me some medicine. And I swallow this, and the spirits came one day and said, you know it's not the alcohol. I say, you know. But they said, but don't hold up now, goddammit. We wouldn't like that before we get to work. It's all in your mind, though. You see what I'm saying? They just use the alcohol since 2000 to illustrate something that is in your mind. Well, that's the fairy kingdom and stuff I'm talking about here, and that's why our people put it in stuff that's simplistic. But you know, you gotta be scientific. You see what I'm saying? Because you got a left-brain mentality, which the European, when he chooses something, he says it's always got to be one way, and it can never compromise and be another way. And secretively, they are always teaching their people everything.
Both ways.
You see? Both ways. You see what I'm saying? We the ones that stuck. So it's just interesting, but it's all based on the mind. You get where I'm coming from here? And that's what this thing is talking about. The baby is nothing but your soul. When the soul wakes up, so what's happening here is because these things, transmissions started coming, and in this little pan figure, he came to the house, he said, I want some toys. So we had to buy toys. He said, I want a little horn and go womp womp. What the hell is that? Womp womp. And with one of them little bicycle clown horns, he wanted one of them shits. You know, and then it's all spiritual. So one sister knocked on the door named Juliet. And she said, Pan told me to bring this over here. And it was two little bad teddy bears. So we put them by the statue. Then we got the channel, that's the great bear and the lesser bear, Ursa Major and Ursa Minor. And that's where the great mother is. So everything is scientific, cosmological, astrological,